The Wait, Part 2 of the introduction. Meagan. Some people had labeled me a wild party girl because of what they had read on blogs or in the tabloids. But the night Devon told me that wasn't the person he saw. He said he could see my heart. I was in tears. I felt like somebody other than my family was finally seeing me, not the person people were quick to judge me to be. Then he said, God doesn't show your heart to everybody. He only shows it to people he can trust with it. Devon, that wasn't planned. It was straight from the heart. It was like God had spoken those words to my spirit. They just flowed out of me. I remember over the years seeing Meagan in the media. There was always something about her that I knew I was more than meet the eye. But even though the sparks were flying, we didn't kiss. The timing was right. Why force it? On our third date, we caught a movie at the Sherman Oaks Galleria. Afterward, we ended up sitting in Megan's car for an hour and a half talking about how young people need positive influences from Hollywood. We watched funny YouTube videos and looked at old pictures. Then we got out of the car, talked for another hour, standing in the partially vacated parking lot. Then we hugged for what felt like an eternity. Finally, as we said goodnight for what must have been the 10th time we had our first kiss. As our lips touched, we could feel the Spirit of God surrounded and embrace us. Instantly, we were both euphoric. In the spirit miles high, it was like a confirmation that this was right. You can talk about God being in your life, but there is nothing like actually feeling God's hands moving in your life. This was God's movement in our lives, and it was incredible. However, even with all the electricity flying, we were cautious. We didn't lose our heads. We didn't dash off to Las Vegas for 10-minute ceremony at a drive-through chapel. It wasn't just about gushing to friends and family members that we finally found the one. And as millions of people know from our many post-wedding magazine interviews, radios, and television appearances and live talks, we waited until after we got married to have sex. When we began talking publicly about our courtship and our celibacy, the questions from hosts and audience and members naturally started off being mostly about sex. Giggling like teenagers in the locker room, people would ask the obvious: how do we stay strong? How do we resist temptation? Things like that, both of us answered honestly. And this is part 2. Stay tuned for part 3.